and Sean. But listen to this really weird, strange voicemail that Sean left Diana Rossini.
He just reminds me of someone like in love. Like he has this like in love feeling way about him with this team.
Who does? Sean?
Yes.
Yeah.
What
are we talking about?
Summer, and he didn't even say like hi, hello. All he said was, "I love my Q."
Yeah.
And
He's
hung up.
refreshed.
He loves his cue and just hung up. So I love this. One, it is a little weird. Sean's a little weird, and we like him for that.
Yes.
And it's just more proof that he is, I'm going to steal Diana's term. I think she's 100% spot on. This dude is in love with Bo Nix as his quarterback.
That's fine. That's awesome. That's what you want. And Chase Daniel, you turn down the meathead part there, buddy. But I love it because you know that when a buddy finds that new gal and then you're just like, oh, wow, it sounds pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
Now you want to keep it together, right? You want to keep it together. So hopefully Sean and Bo are able to have a fantastic working relationship for years and years to come, similarly to what Drew Brees and Sean Payton had years ago with the Saints. So there you go. Yeah, I think that is, if he's in love, that's the best part of love, right? I won't get philosophical, but love is the most powerful energy in the universe. And when you're in that like in love thing, like can't do anything wrong type thing, maybe overlooking some things.
Yep.
We're all nodding our heads collectively.
How do you guys think Bo looks at Sean? Is he like, did he put Sean in the friend zone?
Oh, great question.
Like, is he like, hey, like, you're really cool, you're a nice guy,
You want to hang out?
but
No,
I'd rather hang out with Jared Stidham and Sam here.
I don't know
And
that.
Frank Crumb.
I don't know that like Bo's leaving voicemails to anybody going, I love my HC.
I love my coach.
I love my HC.
You're right.
But it was, he did say it to Diana. I don't remember the setting of what he said. I don't know if either of you two do, but remember when he was saying like, during the draft process, I kept it to myself and my family, but I really wanted to play for an established coach. I wanted to play for kind of the quarterback whisperer type. And then he goes, check, check, check. I got all those. I'm paraphrasing, but
Yeah.
I think it's maybe not as much, right? Like you always have that in the relationship. Like, I love you more than you love me.
I love you
no,
more.
you don't. No, you say it
I love
again.
you most.
Like Sean definitely loves Bo more, but I think Bo is pretty happy with his situation.
Yeah, Bo's got to be real happy. And why are we talking about love? And then Kev brings up the friend zone. Kev, the damage, buddy. We'll talk off air. We'll
I'm
talk
just
off
bringing
air.
back a second angle.
We're bringing up love, and you're like, yeah, but guys, the friend zone, it's right there. It's always there. It's nonstop there.
It's impossible to get out of the friend zone.
Yes,
Tired
it
of
is.
being called the nice guy, okay?
I love you like a brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe that's what Bo does with Sean. Like, I love you like your family.
Yeah. You're like my uncle at the barbecue or something like that.
Yeah. So it's Sean sliding in Bo's DMs. That's what we're saying. Right.
I do have an important question for you. Have you left a voicemail to anybody telling them that you love your co-host?
Yes. No, but I will, I guess. Yeah. No,
Like,
but I will.
You haven't left a message?
You and I haven't talked on the phone.
That's
Think
true.
about that.
That's true.
Yeah. And
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm not a phone guy.
I'm not either.
Everyone knows that. Certain people can text me whenever. Obviously, like Big E, my kids,
Yeah.
whoever. Like, yeah, okay, but yeah, don't my phone.
I've said it before, but when you call me, I look at it and I'm like, what are you doing?
Okay, only
What's
90s people.
Kevin actually called me yesterday, but for a good
What?
reason. He did, yeah.
Oh,
I called, no answer. So I was like,
Of course not.
I shot him a quick text.
Yeah.
okay, yeah, and then an answer.
And then he called
And then
me
I
back.
called back.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then you could tell Josh did not
Well,
want to be on
Kev
the phone.
won't. Kev will not remember this, but I want everyone out there, Ramaslaw.com, text line, YouTube, hi YouTube. I want us, if you remember, creating your voicemail, like so in an answer. So I'd put on the right song, probably some Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, you read Caesar? And then leave a message. And it was like, it was a production.
Yeah.
You went through a production to create your voicemail.
Oh, yeah.
Kev, you do not remember this because this was like the 90s.
I do.
You do?
You
like
do
the house
remember
phone,
that?
right?
Yeah.
On your house phone?
Yeah.
We're not home, leave a message. You know, like you do the song.
It wasn't that lame.
Oh.
But
Yeah, I didn't do that either.
Yeah, I did like dirty jokes.
Whoa.
I had my regional manager call one time. He's like, you told me to, because I would tell people to,
Go bleep themselves?
yeah. And he's like, you basically told me that. I was like, sorry, don't fire me. I'm 19. I'm David Smock. You didn't call me. That was David Smock.
Exactly. Oh, man, the voicemail parody songs. I might have to bring that back.
Believe it or not, George isn't at home. Please leave a message at the beep. I must be out or I'd pick up the phone. Where could I be?
Great pull,
Yes.
Kevin Kissner.
Exactly that. That's exactly what we all did. So, yeah, let us know. Let us know. We got a lot to talk about with Sean and the formula, but this voicemail, it's cute, it's weird, it's a little creepy, but I love it.
Where could I be? It's the best part of that.
What would Sean's be, though?
Is this song
Probably
voicemail?
Kenny Chesney,
Yeah.
right? Some sort of live like you were dying to have Bo Nix. Is that Kenny Chesney? I think so.
Oh, that's Tim McGraw.
Oh, Tim McGraw. Whatever.
You're in the wheelhouse. It's all
They're all
good.
the same.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Ah, that was too much fun. I'm going to watch that episode of Seinfeld later today now. All right, now let's get to this formula. So there is an article. It's long form, and people aren't used to that these days. It's going to take you a couple minutes to read it, but it is well worth it if you're a Broncos fan. We've all read it here, and we're going to break it down. There are a couple of things that I really take away from this. And first up is this formula, because I don't know that it's been made public before. And Sean is sharing this with Seth, and then Seth sharing it. So here's what it looks like. And this is going back to Sean creating this formula to figure out, hey, I'm going to pick Patrick Mahomes at 11. And had that happened, there's a good chance that Sean's still coaching in New Orleans. Patrick Mahomes and Sean Payton are cooking in the NFC over there as a duo. Sean was going off of these numbers, and this is how he creates this evaluation. It's I don't even know what would we describe it. It's like a low-risk formula. It's not, hey, this is what they do well. It's how they don't make mistakes, and how can I calculate that to get a final grade.
Right.
So he takes attempts, he takes sacks, he takes fumbles, interceptions, and then completion percentage. And I liked how Seth wrote this down. You take attempts, sacks, fumbles, interceptions, and then when completion percentage comes, he says, like golf, he took the lowest possible score to make it your best score, or to make it the best average and get a real look at to what this is. So when he was evaluating Mahomes, some of the numbers they share here is 1,349 attempts through college, 68 sacks, fumbles 14, that's 1% of the time. He got sacked 5% of his dropbacks. Interceptions, he threw 29. That was 2.1% percent of his dropbacks. A completion percentage of 63.5. That gave Mahomes an average of 8.1. So in Sean Payton's evaluation, that means that something negative would happen 8.1% of the time. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So 92 roughly, right, is good things are going to happen. That's why he wanted Patrick Mahomes so bad. He loved that grade. We know what happened. Buffalo makes the deal. And now Patrick Mahomes has won the AFC West for 9 straight years.
Yeah, thanks, Buffalo.
Thank you very much, Buffalo.
Awesome.
So Seth goes on to write about these formulas, and he does it with Caleb Williams. And you get to Caleb Williams, and you're at a number of 17.5.
Is that great, Bob?
17.5% of the time when Caleb Williams dropped back, something negative is going to happen. He did the same thing with Drake May. He did the same thing with Jaden Daniels. He liked that data coming from Drake May and Jaden Daniels. As Seth wrote, he knew that they weren't going to be there. So there's not a ton of time to spend on those guys.
Right.
Drake May, not as low as Patrick, but not as high as Caleb. Drake came in at a 10.5%.
Which it fits him because he plays hero ball.
Yeah.
So when a guy plays hero ball, he's like, I could totally do it, guys. He's got the big arm. And with the big arm comes that crutch of like, I can make any throw. So Drake May is pretty reckless with the football, but the fact that he's multiple points ahead of Caleb Williams just shows you how bad Caleb Williams is.
And actually, J.J. McCarthy had a better grade than that of Drake May or even Jaden Williams in this.
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels, sorry. Only a 7.8 negative percentage there. So we'll see what J.J. McCarthy looks like. But then Seth's talking about, then Sean starting to tell him about Bo.
Right.
Says, quote, I want this kid. Hands him that paperwork he's talking about. It's Bo Nix from Oregon. Talks about the strange college career, how long it was, the time at Auburn, then switching over to Oregon and having some big success. All right, so then you look at these numbers from Bo. You're talking about attempts at 877, sacks 10. 10, dude. That's 1.1% of his dropbacks. Fumbles, I think you'll like this number, 0.
It's a good number.
0%
Right.
of the dropbacks.
Somewhere Audric estimates like 0. You can have 0?
That's an option. Interceptions, he did throw 10 of those, but that's only equal to 1.1% of his dropbacks. His completion percentage, by the way, he's taking the low here at 74.8%. That led to Sean Payton finding out through his own formula that Bo Nix, in his dropbacks, he has a 2.3% chance of a negative outcome when he drops back for the football.
And what was Mahomes' number?
8.7.
2.3%.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to 8.7.
8.1, I'm sorry.
8.1.
8.1. And 2.3 for Bo Nix. So out of every 100 times Bo Nix drops back, 98 times something's good going to happen. 2 times something bad will happen.
Okay, so what does this number say? It says that he's risk averse. Then you go, okay, the offense at Oregon was dink and dunk. That's fine. That's what that offense is. He ran it to perfection. But then Sean Payton did the next level thing. And I don't believe that's in this article, but he's talked about it. He took away all the short throws.
No, Seth didn't write about this. No, he did not. But Sean's talked about it a lot.
He's talked about it where, you take away Bo Nix's short throws, and you see how he attacks downfield in a also very efficient manner. So with those 2 steps, you determine how risk-averse he is, how many good things happen when Bo Nix makes an attempt, and then you go, oh, yeah, that's a bunch of short stuff. Of course, that's, easy, whatever. Take that out. Look at the longer throws over 5 yards, throws over 10 yards, throws over 15 yards, and you see, oh, wait, he's really good at those too. He just didn't have to do them a lot because of Oregon's offense.
Yeah.
You run the system you're supposed to run. Bo Nix isn't out there freewheeling at Oregon. He was running the system in place. Sean Payton goes, ding, I'm ready. I've got a system.
Yeah.
I know my system's the greatest because I discovered electricity, and I'm Sean Payton. And then he goes, what would that combination look like? I can get Bo Nix. I don't want anyone to know that. I'm going to throw out the J.J. McCarthy thing, and that was at the owners' meetings where he revealed to me that they really liked J.J. McCarthy after that workout, and then I was like, oh, my God, they like J.J. McCarthy. He liked Bo Nix the whole time.
He was doing this the whole time. A little puppeteer action going on.
Yeah, I've been played by Sean Payton. I know what that feels like, and I'm okay
it's a badge
with it.
of honor, yeah.
It was cool. It was cool at the time. You're like, yeah, I got him to say something he didn't want to say when he was lying to me the entire time.
Nice work, Sean.
Awesome, Sean. I'll take that L, man. That's awesome for Sean Payton, and it's awesome for the Broncos to get their right quarterback. Now, Jaden Daniels in that grade and their interest, and again, with Drake May's a completely different story because of how he is hero ball, and I don't think that fits
me
with
personally,
Sean.
I'm not a big believer of Drake May.
Well, and hero ball has won some, like Brett Favre played hero ball, okay? So it has won some, but I think in today's NFL, things are just too tight. You can't have that guy going willy-nilly, and I think Drake May might do that a little bit too much. Bo doesn't. He runs the system, but then also he might go deep to Troy Franklin, and then you get in an argument on the sidelines. He's going to pick his spots. He's going to pick his spots because he's going to know the flow. He's on the field. He's in the flow. He's in the vibe, feeling the flow, right? That's
doing
what
the
he's
bull
doing.
dance, working it.
Thank
working
you.
It.
I'm glad you got that. So he is definitely feeling the flow, and Bo knows that Sean is going to put him in the best position, and Sean knows based on this pre-draft analysis, like if I set him up the right way, we're going to win a lot of games.
Yep.
A lot of games.
I wanted to read you a quote that Sean gave Seth Wickersham before the draft. Before we do that, I'm just reading about what Seth is saying after his conversation with Sean. And he's talking about does Nix's data being the best in the NFL does not mean Sean believes he's a better prospect than Patrick Mahomes. But he believes in his potential for what Payton needs and where he's drafting. He believes that together they can be special. He has a plan for this quarterback, and he knows that sets him ahead of so many rookies because this is rare. A quarterback needs coaching and infrastructure. Nix will end up as one of the best quarterbacks of the 2024 class because he has a head coach who knows offense, knows quarterbacks, isn't afraid of being fired, and is more invested in him as a quarterback than he is in covering his own ass. That's a great statement from Seth Wickersham. And then a statement from Sean to Seth about Bo. And keep in mind, this is ahead of the draft where they picked Bo at 12. He told Seth, quote, I'm going to get criticized for taking him at 12. I don't give an F. 3 years from now is what I'm worried about. End quote from Sean Payton. That's a dude so far ahead of the game, so far ahead of the curve, and as he said, not giving enough of what other people are going to say.
Right.
Because he knows they're going to say this now. And then it's his words, in 3 years from right now, they're going to be going, look at that bleeping genius over there.
Yep.
And I don't even know if that'll take 3 years.
Well, and there was also a relationship that is not getting discussed in this article that I believe needs to be brought to the forefront on this show, as only you and I can do that. It's Greg Penner. Do not think for a second that Greg Penner was not aware of Sean's plan. Do not think for a second that Greg Penner was not involved in Sean's plan. And like, what are you doing, Sean? What do you think here? What about this guy, Sean? Greg Penner is everywhere. And he does it in a non-Jerry Jones way, which is the best way possible.
Right.
If you're an owner, where you're going to be involved, but you're not going to be like overplaying your hand. But that involvement, and honestly, that relationship between Greg Penner and Sean Payton is what can harvest something like this. Because this was the most important decision of the Broncos franchise history. Outside of what? Trading for John Elway?
Yeah.
And it was John Elway who got Peyton Manning here. So there have been some big, crucible type of moments, crossroads type of moments where you're like, what's going to happen with this team? If Peyton Manning goes to Houston, if Gary Kubiak would have wanted him down there, that's a different story, right? If he goes to San Francisco, that's a different story. John Elway doesn't force his way out of Baltimore. Like, how does that work with the Colts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's been some interesting moments. But do not think for a second that the owner was just like, what are you doing, Sean? Like, no. That's Greg Penner and Sean Payton and George Payton working to find the right quarterback that fits, which is clearly Bo Nix.
100%. Fit. We keep coming back to it. Fit. All right, going on into the article from Seth. As he writes, fast forward several months. They're now in Buffalo, getting ready for the wild card game. We know how that ended. And as Seth writes, it's 90 minutes until kickoff. Payton noticed that one of his favorite plays, a design he saw on film from Sean McVay of the Los Angeles Rams and adapted, was highlighted by Nix. Quote, I'm force-feeding that one, end quote. He looks at his play sheet, a roadmap or a prison for a quarterback. Maybe both. After a few hours later, the game begins. The Broncos score on their first drive on a play called Boston College, that 43-yard bomb from Nix to Troy Franklin, Denver's only score of the game. He goes on to talk about how it ended in 31-7. We know all about that. Payton then back in that visitor's office, face red from 3 hours in the cold, eyes tired, all that, crashing and landing at the season ending, but both of them knowing there's something successful here. And then Sean tells Seth, you have all these plays that you just never have a chance to call, end quote. And Seth's writing about how disappointed he was. But I think it's interesting, and he goes in to talk about Bo has on Sundays. On Saturday night, Bo will hand Sean a packet. Here's what I like. Let's mix this stuff in. Sean has the stuff that he likes. And then he's talking about trying to merge these plays together.
Right.
And one of the things I like is Sean is doing this with Seth in the room. And then Sean goes, how do you not like Ace Open? He shakes his head, knowing that Nix has the final say on the playbook. So he crosses the play off of the play sheet. But then there are a couple of other ones that he's talking about of like, no, I love that play. I'm going to force that one in no matter what.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting because I look at Sean as a dictator. And maybe that's now in real time evolving to more of a democracy instead of a dictatorship that Bo gets a say. But I always looked at Sean as the dictator. These are my plays. This is how we're going to run it. And if you can't get in line and run these plays, well, then you're going to get the hell up out of here. I'm learning via this article, it's not quite that. And I think that's because who Bo turned into.
Yes, and it's because Sean trusts Bo. What's the most important part of a relationship? Trust.
Oh, well, Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, sex too, but trust too, yeah.
In a platonic relationship.
Oh, okay, yeah, trust.
Yeah, trust.
Yeah.
It is trust. This tells me Sean trusts Bo. Look out.
Yeah.
Because having that trust, having that pushback, being able to kind of yell at a guy a little bit, like, and have them listen. Listen to the message. Right? It's what I always think when Spivak yells at me. I'm like, okay, he's trying to tell me something because he cares. If Spivak didn't yell at me, you know what that meant? He doesn't care.
Right.
You know what happens if he doesn't care? I'm not on air. That's bad for me. So with Sean and Bo, there's going to be some yelling, but it's love. It's for the same thing. It's for the same direction. So keep it up.
One quick text here on the RamosLaw.com text line. I absolutely love this. Bob in Littleton. He writes, why would Sean be giving away his quarterback formula? Then a couple spaces, because he never thinks he'll need to draft another quarterback again.
It's his legacy.
Bob and Littleton might be onto something right there. If this goes right, Bob, you're probably correct that Sean, I mean, we're talking 15 to 18 years if it goes completely right. Sean ain't coaching much more after that, so I think Bob may be onto something. And then the last thing here is Seth wrote about this quarterback language, how they speak their own language, which was pretty fun, and he highlights it in the article. He says he's in the quarterback room while guys are working, and I thought that was cool, too, that they allowed him to do that. And Davis Webb is questioning Bo, testing Bo, basically. And then he writes down Bo saying, well, that right there will be the Sam. Over there's the Will. We're going to go to the nickel. Should we wash this over here? Should we whiz on this side? The general issue with the whiz is that when the strong safety comes down and does not flow with the Y coming back, it stays front side. He's free unless the receiver digs him out. Two on the two backside if you take it. And Seth is like, I'm standing there looking like a fool, not knowing anything's going on, and everybody in the room's like, yeah, Bo just got that 100% right. So it's like their own language that they're speaking, which is cool to read.
No, it's awesome. It's incredible.
Great article. Absolutely great article. Broncos country, if you're about this team, it's a must-read. Go there, read it at ESPN.com.
It's a long read, but don't be that guy that's afraid of reading.
Yeah, exactly.